Modern buildings are very well insulated, which is great because it means that very little heat is required to keep them warm, which should mean the fuel bills are kept very low. The activities within the building, such as the people, the computers, the TVs, etc., will provide enough heat to keep the buildings warm for much of the year. Even on a very cold winter's day, a bit of sunlight coming through the glass of a window would be enough to keep the building warm. So the problem is less to do with how do you heat your building, rather how do you keep it cool. For a start, one needs to be very careful about the amount of sun coming into the building, particularly in the summer. So shading and how that is done and how it is used is very important. The other aspect is that the heating system, which is still required, is controllable, such that when people come into a room, the heating system backs off and allows the heat to be generated by the people, the computers and the TVs, etc. Underfloor heating systems, which are cast into the concrete floor, are not like this. They take a lot of time and a lot of energy to warm them up. And once they're warm, they take a long time to cool down, so they are not that responsive and do lead to overheating and indeed to higher energy use. Another culprit of unrestricted heat loss are uninsulated hot water cylinders or pipework from community heating systems, which are always on. The best way to get rid of excess heat is by ventilating with outside air. So this means a hole in the outside wall. This could be a window, but leaving a window wide open, and I mean very wide open, compromises security, rain penetration, and also breaks down the acoustic separation between in and out. So really, that ventilation should be provided by separate openings which are controllable, that are acoustically separated and provide security so they can be left open at all times. This isn't a luxury, but an important aspect of making sure a well-insulated building works for all times of the year. Something called thermal mass, which is heavy concrete in the walls, in the floors and the ceiling, absorbs heat, and through the day it can keep a building cooler. However, that only works if the heat that was absorbed during the day can escape at night in some way or another. Again, normally this means ventilation, which means having a hole in the wall. So there's no getting away from having a good ventilation opening.